All right, so I have a hunt on the South Island, New Zealand coming up. It's my first guided hunt, and I have a lot of time, so I may decide to extend my trip and possibly do some hunting on my own. So if it seems like I have a lot of gear and maybe unnecessary for a guided hunt, that's why I may adjust my plans once I'm there. I have a week with a outfitter, and I have maybe about 2 weeks before I have real solid commitments afterwards, so I couldn't extend my trip. But here we go. I'm taking out two sets of maybe three different manufacturers of camo clothes. I have some Canis, Origin, and a little bit of Sitka. I'm taking out some camo as well as some solids. That way, I could, go out in town when I'm not hunting, or, the time between hunts. I'm not looking maybe at like as much of a weirdo, but I do like the quality of the Canis gear. So far, I'd say Canis and Sitka have some of the most innovative fabrics and designs I've seen in mountain hunting gear. I'd also say the quality is comparable to a lot of mountaineering or typical, outdoor adventure type companies manufacturing quality. As you can see, I got my bow over there, so this is going to be an archery hunt. The outfitter also has a rifle, so if I'm really sucking, I could probably seal the deal with a rifle. But primarily, it's going to be archery. All right, so let's get this going. Okay, I'll start off with the Origin stuff. So this is their Field Pant 2.0. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's very lightweight. It's got a little bit of stretch, but not much. It's also pretty quiet. If you're familiar with Kuyu's Kutana pant, it's a very similar fabric. It has some gusseted knees that I guess I don't know if you call it gusset, but it's got some articulation on the knees, so even though it's not stretchy, it does allow for some good range of motion. Typical front pockets and a zippered cargo pocket on both sides. No back pockets on this model. I do believe they're on their 3.0 right now, so I'm not sure if that one has back pockets or not, but it's not something I'm really concerned about. This is their bird top, their hot weather top. I'm taking this just in case because right now it's fall over there, and it seems that the temperature seems to be fluctuate a little bit. But just in case it's hot when we get there, this is a nice cooling base layer. I used this last summer, and it was money. And then this is their Ninja hoodie, and I've used this in winter in Oregon before, and it was pretty good. It's adequate. I mean, there's nothing really outstanding with the quality of the material. It's just kind of like typical merino you'd find with like I'd say any other hunting company that makes merino. It's got like a little ninja mask. It works. I prefer merino over synthetics. I think the shine from synthetics is a little bit, it stands out a bit more than the merino, the muted fabric of the merino. I feel like wildlife kind of picks you out a little bit easier with synthetics. That's just my opinion. I don't have anything to really base that off of other than like my sample size of 1 experience. Oh, and on top of that, this is their stealth wool jacket. I feel like this is probably Origin's best piece, is a stealth wool. It's got some interesting zippers to it. It's like the typical waterproof zippers, YKK waterproof zippers. It's not waterproof, or even, I wouldn't even say waterproof, water resistant piece. But I like the zippers. I feel like the rubberized outer portion of the zipper helps it to not snag as much. It gives the jacket a little bit more structure. So it is a great piece. I really do like this Origin stealth wool jacket. All right, and now we're gonna look at the Canis. And like I said before, I think Canis is probably one of the best hunting manufacturers out there. This is their Alpine Light pant. They got 3 different models of pants, and the Alpine Light is the most, I'd say, feature-rich version. So the cargo pockets, you actually have dual cargo pockets on both sides, and inside the cargo pocket you have a mesh organizer, which is pretty crazy. And then you have another cargo pocket on the very same side, and you know, it just gives you a little bit more capacity. And then your typical, I guess, I don't know what you call them, like hip pockets. You know, they're all zippered, which is great. The back pockets are zippered as well. The belt loops are like, I don't know, like a 1000D Cordura material. They're pretty burly. Great belt loops, and they sit fairly flat as well. Got knee pads. The legs of these pants are pretty interesting. Most other hunting pants, you'll see vents on the inner thighs or on the outer thighs, but these guys have vents over the calves, so I mean, it's, you know, another option. You have pull cords on the cuff of the pant, so you could, like, you know, pull these little draw cords and get them, you know, tight around your leg if you you want to hike them up a little bit, or you want less sagging. They also have like a couple inches that the draw cord portion that can be tucked in. You know, if you don't need that, if you're like short like me, you don't need that much material, you can tuck those in. And there's also a little metal hook that you could put on your laces. So between this little metal hook and your draw cord right there, it'll allow these pants to act as gaiters. So you need to keep debris out of your boots or snow or, you know, whatever else. So anyway, these Alpine Light pants are awesome. All right, go along with those. This is the tahr merino hoodie, and it's merino, but it's also a Cordura blend. So, you know, I think it's merino and Cordura nylon. I've had a few of these, and they hold up really well. There's not a lot of pilling or anything with these. I haven't had any of them wear out to the point where, like, I get like holes. Some other merino brands, you know, eventually it'll wear through and end up with a whole bunch of little holes all over the place. These have been fantastic. They're reinforced up on the shoulders with some like a soft shell material. So, you know, right where your pack sits in your albino harness, you know, so it helps, I guess, maybe reduce some of the friction, but also helps the piece last a little bit longer. And same top, just green, solid. In addition, this is their crew. This is the chamois or chamois model. There's like midweight merino. It's really interesting. It has a waffle grid pattern on the inside. So like merino does, already does a great job with thermal regulating and regulating moisture. That waffle grid fabric pattern on the inside really makes a hell of a difference. And just giving you that dead space and that extra surface area to help sweat, dry up a little bit quicker. Also trap a little bit extra heat. Yeah, anyway, great piece. And that was solid green, and then this is the hoodie version, and this is in their alpha camo pattern. Let's see. This is their Premier insulated jacket, synthetic jacket. This piece is fantastic. I love this. It is, let's see if I can find I don't remember the type of insulation, but it's really packable. It compresses very small, and it's got a ton of options. It's got hand warmer pockets, around your waist. It's got 2 chest pockets, and it also has an internal chest pocket. Around the neck, it's like a brushed fleece material. It's very comfortable. The hood closes up pretty high around your face, so in like inclement weather, it really does help to lock in that heat. Yeah, the Premier insulated jacket is fantastic. It comes with a waterproof stuff sack, and just to get a sense of how small this thing packs down, it'll fit. It's like it's just tiny. It's about the same size of like maybe a down jacket would compress. This little waterproof stuff sack. Really small. And then these are the gaiters. Canis makes some fantastic gaiters. Most gaiters that I've seen on the market are just the Velcro closer. I always have a tough time getting that Velcro closed. So what Canis did was they put a zipper on the inside. So it's really easy to get on, and then you just zip it up, and then you could Velcro over the zipper. A lot easier. The material itself is pretty burly. It's like a Kevlar material, I guess. But these are by far my favorite gaiters. And then Canis, this is their crew neck tahr. So, same as the tahr hoodie, and just long sleeve. And this is their kafui pant. Has similar vents and the leg options as the Alpine Light, so you can vent down by your calves. It has the same knee pad options, but what's really unique with this is it's Nyko fabric mostly. So that's a nylon cotton blend, also Cordura, and I believe it's treated with a water repellent agent. And I was always skeptical with Nyko. I was in the Army and I used Nyko most of the time, and I was always a little bit skeptical with dry times and how well it worked with inclement weather. But these guys have been pretty good. I actually tested them alongside some First Light Merino, the Obsidian pant, and I kind of had to agitate the water into it because of the water repellent, But once I got it soaked, I put them up on the line to dry, and these dried faster than the merino did. I actually had to do a test twice because I gave it like 15 minutes, went out there to check them, and they were already dry. And right now I'm living in Japan, and it's humid, so shit usually takes a while to dry here anyway. But they're quiet. They're not as quiet as the obsidian pad, but they're really close. They're also a hell of a lot tougher. They're really tough. So I'm picking these. These are gonna be my, I'd say, like primary pant. If it gets wet, rainy, or just really crappy weather, then I'll use the Alpine Light pant. But the Kafui pant from Canis is gonna be my primary pant going out there. Also, these are the Sitka. Sitka's like new merino pant. Forgot what these guys were called. Oh, the Intercept pant. Yeah, so there's the Intercept pant. I'm taking this as well. And this is the Sitka Core Merino 330 hoodie. And here is really interesting piece I found here in Japan. It's a mesh shirt. It's like a really thick kind of knit mesh, synthetic, and I've been seeing a lot of people wearing these up on the mountain. I know a lot of backcountry skiers have been using them, and figured I'd pick one up and just give it a shot. I gave it to a friend first to try out, and he does some backcountry skiing and really high exertion stuff, and he loved it. So after he praised it, I went out and bought it for myself, and I'm going to be taking that up there with me as well. I mean, they're fantastic because they do a lot to trap hair, so I'd wear that next to skin, and then a light base layer on top, preferably one with a zip, and it just allows for really good thermal regulation. Just like dump heat, I just zip down, and it's great. It's fantastic. Another piece I just got is this short sleeve hoodie. It's a Japanese brand. It's called Ultra Good Luck, and it is Polartec Alpha. Yeah, that's right, Polartec Alpha, and it's got like a polyester mesh fabric on your high wear areas, so where your backpack would go, or your straps from like your bino harness and your chest strap from your backpack, and then everything else is the Polartec Alpha material. So another great piece. What I have to wear, what I'm going to be wearing on the plane, is another Kafui pant. I have the so it's Canis vest. It's got some perforations and vents right down the middle of the back, and so also has two back pockets. And then on the front side, you have one chest pocket and two, I guess, hand pockets on the front. So it's a good piece. It's got fleece on the inside, and it's like body map. So most of your core, it's got this black fleece, and then right down the middle of your back where the perforations are to vent, there's no insulation there. And I believe this is the Altai vest. So I'm wearing that on the plane. First Light merino t-shirt. So some First Light merino boxers. And this is the wind cheater from Hill People Gear, and it's got the coyote ruff on it. So I'm taking this wind cheater instead of a soft shell jacket, just because I think it'll do well to, I guess, protect me from some of the brush up there in that tahr country, and it'll also help to block the wind. For rain gear, I got the Canis rain gear. This is their, what's it called, None of It rain pad. It's got zippered hand pockets, or thigh pockets right here. It also has a huge vent zip. It goes all the way down to the feet. And on the inside, it has built-in snow gaiters. So these are fantastic material. I've used this for a few years. It's pretty quiet for rain. It's not as crinkly as other rain gear. So I have this, and I also have like the Stone Glacier M5, and it's as far as like the website info goes, it's a bit less waterproof than the Stone Glacier is, but I haven't noticed any difference. I can't remember what the hydrostatic rating was on this one. I want to say it's like 20,000 or 25,000, and like the Stone Glacier I remember was somewhere around 30,000 millimeter hydrostatic head. Anyway, but the material is also stretchy, so it's a little bit stretchy and it's a little bit quieter, and whereas it probably packs down. It's probably a little bit bulkier than Stone Glacier, just because Stone Glacier has it's a little bit more streamlined. This one has a bunch of options on it. So you have pockets on the arms, pockets on the chest, and then you have your typical pockets, hand pockets, right? And very large pit zips. Little brim. So this None of It rain jacket, None of It rain pant, good pieces, love them. That's it for clothes, except for maybe your typical socks and underwear. These guys are the Icebreaker, and I think I can't remember the exact model, but they're the 120 weight merino underwear. And this is the Saks Quest. Both great pieces. Got more than that. I have a couple Kifaru little pull-out sew bags, and it's just more underwear in there. Over here I got some over mitts, some Mammut over mitts, waterproof. There's the operator gloves from Canis. And then everything is just socks and stuff in this bag. Alright, so I had to have my Laponias resoled. I couldn't find a really good tread pattern over here in Japan to resole them with, but this is a Vibram Mega Grip. So even though the tread is pretty shallow, I feel like it'll still work. So I love these original Laponias. I'm also going to be packing this 30-degree quilt. I think it's an 850 fill REI Magma. Yeah, 30-degree. Pack's really small. It weighs, hardly anything. It's really lightweight. And this is the Nemo Tensor Alpine. Pretty warm, lightweight sleeping pad. And a sitting pad from Femarest. Mammut Tice Light. These some pretty lightweight yet capable boots. They're semi automatic crampon compatible, so they have the little ledge on the heels. I don't remember if these are Mega Grip, but they're Vibram outsoles. They have a little bit of a tight fit, so what I did was I removed the original insoles and I replaced them with some Super Feet black insoles. Those are a little bit thinner than the originals that came with these, so they give me a little bit more volume in the toe box. But these have been great. All right, few game bags. These are the Caribou game bags, Carnivore. Yeah, Carnivore by Caribou Gear. So I got taking a couple of game bags down there with me. This is the Sitka pack cover. So I'm gonna take that. Seek Outside is their smaller tarp. Don't recall the name of the brand, name of the model, and some orange paracord in there with it. A few stakes, 4 stakes. This is the load cell, waterproof like load cell for Stone Glacier. So I'm going to take this in case I got to do a night or two by myself, and that will carry most of my gear. The pack that I'm taking is the Kifaru straight jacket. I like the straight jacket because it does well as a day pack, and if I throw this dry cell in there with a bunch of gear, I got these wings that wrap around, like, you know, these pretty, you know, fairly decent capacity to them. So between that and the pockets that I have on the outside, I can probably get a few days out of this pack. So the Kifaru straight jacket, great option for a day pack. Really easy to pack out animals. You know, you just throw a hide in there or some, you know, meat. Wrap it up with the wings, and then put the front side over it. Really easy to pack out. Dump it, make your next trip up, you know. Also, if you have a Kifaru camp bag or something like this, you could just drop your camp off and, you know, go on your hunt, come back and set up camp later. So as far as my chest rig goes, I'm using the Hill People gear, one of their chest packs, and then I got the bino attachment option and a Mystery Ranch rangefinder pouch on there. So this gives me a little bit more capacity on the inside, so I can store extra gear on there. I can put my Garmin InReach in there, put an extra battery pack in there, some gloves, you know, some knife or blades or headlamps or, you know, stuff like that. Couple battery banks. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour, little magnetic one for my phone. I'll keep that with me. And then I got this one is a 16,000 milliamp hour. So this will probably stay at the cabin or the hut, and I'll, you know, just something to come back to later on. And if I have to go out for a night or two, then, you know, it will come with me. And this is a little Sea to Summit head net. I'm not sure how bad the flies are going to be out there, but I spoke to the guy recently and there was, I guess, sand flies out there. So that's a little head net. And I also treated it with permethrin. So just in case, I mean, it doesn't weigh much, doesn't take up any space, and it makes a hell of a difference when there's a bunch of bugs out. So that's head net from Sea to Summit. All right. Let's see. There's the Garmin InReach. It's my old GoPro session. Some Mio Energy, just because I might get tired drinking regular water. I'll just take that with me. Princeton Tech is a remix, and I don't remember what model this one was, but I like Princeton. I have a little pouch with my knife. So I haven't used this one before. It's a new one to me. This is Cafe Blade Skinner Junior. So, and it's in Magna Cut. So looking forward to getting this bloody. And I like something a little bit pointier as well to do some more detailed work around skulls. So this is the Congressman from Half Ace Blades, and this is in S45 VN. So Leatherman with the Leatherman charge, and it's got a bunch of extra tool options, or Torx bits, some kind of hex bits, flatheads, a bunch of options on there, so in case I got to work on my bow or anything else, I have that. And these are the rest of my tools, a little tool pouch in there, bunch of bits in there, just stuff to work on the bow if anything happens, and a little bit of extra cordage just in case. This dry sack is, if I have to pack my sleeping bag, it's going to go in this compression dry sack. Event fabric from, I believe it's Sea to Summit as well. It is. And bottle of Glenfiddich 15-year single malt Scotch whiskey for the guide. See, this stuff's coming with me, so I already went over the waterproof gloves, so that stuff will get packed in the bag. These are some Outdoor Research windstopper gloves, kind of cheap. They got pretty decent insulation on the inside. Looks like a fleece insulation. These are great. And so it's just an army beanie. Picked this up at one of the clothing sales stores. Just got like a windstopper material or something inside. So I've had this for years. It works great. So probably my favorite gloves are these mechanics gloves, and this is like the hot weather one. It's got a bunch of perforations all over it. Great, you know, it breathes really well, even in the palm, and they keep the sun off and the bugs off. Treat these with permethrin as well, and then just a buff. A couple hats. So the Canis hat is a synthetic material. I wear glasses, so this keeps the rain off my glasses, underneath the rain jacket. And I'm wearing this Hill People Gear hat when on the airplane. There is first aid kit. I have all kinds of stuff in there. I have some duct tape, some cordage, tourniquet, some just meds. I have I got a needle for a tension pneumothorax, and there's a chest seal in here as well. Also some quick clot stuff. This is a Soul emergency bivy. It's like the Mylar stuff. This is great. I've had to use it once before a few years ago. I had to pull one out. My down sleeping bag got soaked. My shelter, I was in a Nemo shelter. It's like a bivy, and the seam seal on the inside was deteriorating, so it let a lot of water in, and the sleeping bag I had was non-treated down, and it soaked. It soaked through pretty bad, so I ended up having to climb into the emergency bivy, and it works really well. It kept me very warm on a cold wet night. So anyway, some cordage and some little Vaseline lip balm. So that comes in handy if you're chafing, you rub it somewhere, you know, wherever you need it. If your lips are dry, you know, use it on your lips. I mean, I wouldn't move from my nether regions to my lips, but you know, prioritize. Oh, okay. Water. So this is, I believe it's almost 2 liter clean canteen bottle. I've had this for years. It's all beat up, covered in stickers, and I also have should have a soft water container as well, and a filter. So there's a 3 liter water storage bag from Hydro Pack. So, you know, all together, you know, 5 liters of water. So I don't have to fill that all the way up. I could just put a couple liters in there and then stick it in one of the side pockets on the straight jacket, and that'll work. And then here's the MSR, I believe it's called a Trail Shot. This is a little water filter. I like this one. I prefer this one because I've had experiences where I've run across like streams, and I've had to I had a tough time filling the bags for like some of the other Sawyer filters, or you know, similar models to the Sawyer filters. So with this, I could drop this little hose into whatever little stream, and then I just start pumping, and it does well. You know, it just saves a lot of time. Sometimes there's just not enough water to really fill up one of those bags to put on the Sawyer to squeeze into your bottle. So I found this to be a little bit more useful. And again, just in case I end up on my own, I'm going to take my pot. So this is a taupe titanium pot. This is a little Optimus long spoon, titanium as well. Little towel, little titanium windscreen. We got some S-bits, fire starter, a little S-bit foldable stove. So the legs will kind of fold out. You put an S-bit in there, you set this on top. You know, it's not great, but you know, it's something. You know, I imagine if I really feel I have to, I could probably go out to one of the stores over there on the South Island. There's a few places I've found already, so if I need to, I can go over there and buy a stove. But I don't plan on that being the case, so this will work fine. I don't have any snacks right now. I don't plan on taking any snacks with me. First chance I get when I get over there, I'll just buy a bunch of junk, and then that's what'll hold me over during the day. The outfitter will supply the meals. Okay, so I got this bow sling from Solar Hunter. It's a neoprene bow sling. It does pretty well with protecting the bow. I've second one I've had. This bow sling, along with this little metal tab right here on my shoulder, on the shoulder strap, it's a pretty good combination. I like that the neoprene holds it tight enough for it not to fall out, so it keeps it in place, and I can hike around, walk around, protects the cams and the string, and it's stretchy enough to where, like, if I do come across an animal, I can still pull it out fairly easily and quietly without having to fumble with a buckle or any other straps and holding it on the bow. And I've done it before. I've actually killed an elk that way. I just hiking through, I was in Nevada. No, it was Oregon. I was in Oregon, the Steens Mountains out there, and I came across an elk, and I was able to slip it out of the case and kill the elk, no problem. So I like that neoprene bow sling. Other than that, I'm going to pick up my broadheads when I get there. Broadheads are illegal here in Japan, so I have some Sever broadheads and Iron Will broadheads that I'm going to get when I get to the South Island. And yeah, that's it. So everything is going to fit in this bag. I'm going to have to pay a little bit extra for this. This is over the size limit for New Zealand Air. I was originally a little bit concerned about the weight as well, but then after going over their policies, I realized that they only charge for either overweight or oversized, not both. So with that being the case, it'll be both overweight and oversized, but not by much. It's like it'll be maybe about 54 pounds or so, all that gear in this bow case. And that's it. So hopefully it all works out. I'm looking forward to this first overseas, big game guided hunt. And oh, one more thing. Forgot to go over my what's inside my chest pack. These are the 16 power SIGs image stabilized binos, Zulu 6s, I believe. After I start using this, I stopped taking out my tripod, so it's easy enough to glass without a tripod using these. And I found this awesome little it's called Streamlight Bandit. It's a little, I think it's like about 180 to 200 lumen headlamp. A couple hour runtime that clips onto the brim of my hat, and it's also rechargeable. So USB. Look at this, has a little USB-C port right down on the bottom. So another fantastic piece of gear, and that will live in my bino harness. Along with earplugs, just in case I end up touching a rifle, and some wind checker. And toilet paper. And lip balm. And this is the Leopold Full Draw 3. So yeah, I haven't upgraded. It's been fine. No problems there. So that's it. That's all she wrote. All right.